Hey guys, welcome to the part 2 of Struggle. Sounds like a really low-budget horror movie, doesn't it? If you thought Struggle Part 1 was bad, wait till you hear about Struggle Part 2. Actually, this video does have a little bit of, spooky elements to it. I used to work in a cemetery. We'll get to that in a minute. My good buddy got me a job at working in a cemetery. True story. It was Hollywood Forever Cemetery. I'm 5'6". I have no idea how I got hired as a security guard, but I did. I don't know if there was a shortage in the greater Los Angeles area, but they hired me as a security guard. I remember my boss, he wasn't even joking. He goes, "Now you're gonna deal with some characters while working at the cemetery. Every now and then some Satanists might try to break in and drink blood over a headstone." I was like, "What do I say to them?" He goes, you just tell them to leave. They're usually pretty respectful. It's like, how do you tell people to not drink blood? Like, hey guys, cemetery closes at 9, but Walgreens is still open if you guys want to go drink blood at Walgreens. This is around the time that this documentary on HBO came out about Michael Jackson and sexual assault allegations. And I remember I was eating a cauliflower pizza in the cemetery and just watching this, and it was like a airplane flew above my head. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I've worked so many crazy jobs, man. One of the most fun jobs that I ever worked was this place called Sonic Box, and it was a live streaming company.
Look at them. Look at them beasts of the field. Yes, that's right. Oh, yeah, beasts of the field. Look, Wet Willy time. Psh, stupid zebra.
There were no lapses in my speaking. I would just talk for 8 hours. I did this for about a year and a half.
And as the eyes could not hold any more tears, a single one just fell down. And I went up to her, and I said, "Look, there's no reason for you to cry." And I stuck my tongue out, and I licked up the tear. And she said, "No one's ever done that for me."
Yeah, I should just tell them I'm born on a different month. But that would make me a liar, and I'm not a good liar. It's just like, when were you born? June. Oh, you're a Gemini. Why do I always fall for men that are Geminis and they're all the same? No, we're not all the same. Here's a good case in point. I got the same birthday as Tupac. No, you have similar traits. I have similar traits to Tupac. Yeah, you guys have the same eyes. And if you try to get up and walk out of the room, they'd be like, "Keep streaming!" It was a weird company, but it was fun. It was a weird company. It was owned by this Turkish billionaire, and I remember somebody showed me his Instagram, and he looked like a James Bond villain. He was just like sitting on like the skinned animal of some endangered species, like a cheetah, just laying, and I'm like, who is this guy, and where did he get his money? I honestly thought that I was gonna blow up from this live streaming job. And it's crazy, too, because you hear a lot of empty promises in LA, and some of them will even come from really powerful people to be like, you're gonna be the biggest thing this town has ever seen. You're just like huffing those affirmations up like Scarface, like, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. I think the thing is about struggle and failure is if you don't let it shatter you, and particularly in a place like LA where you have to put yourself out there a lot, to like success in Los Angeles, not all the time, but most of the time, is 3% of everything somebody's tried. Maybe even less, because most of what you try will not work out. You have to do a lot of different things in order to make one thing work. And if you can stand that test of time, it turns you into a really savvy person. You deal with weird stuff while trying to be an actor. There's a thing called extra work. And what happens is you show up to set and you are just an extra. You're just in the background. You're not even really an actor. But there's a lot of people who take this very, very seriously. Like, everybody who's an actor gets craft services, and you're like, hey, can we have that too? No. We actually got you Little Caesars in a dog bowl. Eat up, little extra. Good boy. Ooh, you're so stupid. There's so many scammers out here. The first scam that I ever fell for in LA was for a company called ARN Broadcasting. Now, I found this thing on Craigslist, which Craigslist always has a bunch of weird stuff. So I go to this audition, and everyone in the audition looks like they just moved to LA. It's a bunch of dudes with chain wallets that look like they just stepped off the Oklahoma City bus, like, I'm gonna be a big star. And we're all waiting to be able to read for this broadcasting company. So the guy who owns it walks out, and he's in a three-piece suit, but his pants are high waters. He actually looks like a busted up Puerto Rican Bing Crosby. And he even speaks in that old 1940s racehorse announcing voice. Like he's like, here's the thing. Welcome to ARN Broadcasting. We get special treatment. So what you're going to do is you're going to go inside that booth right there, and you are going to read the sheet of paper, and we're going to determine if you have a voice for radio. So it's so sad. You're like looking at all these people walking into the booth and reading. And I remember when I go in there, I'm like, and I read it, and then afterwards he goes, hey, you got a great voice for radio. We want to hire you. The only thing you have to do is buy this laminated pass. It's only $200. And I remember I called my dad, and I was like, Dad, you're never going to believe it. I think I just got a job in Hollywood, my first Hollywood job. I just got to pay $200 for this laminated pass. And I remember my dad, who's from Kentucky, goes,
Son, I think they're scamming you out there.
But from that one experience, I came up with a lot of sketches. I was telling him that I really want to get into films and I want to get into stand-up comedy. So, I mean, I don't know how to do that, but...
You want to be the funniest man alive? I got something right there for you. Got something right here. Voila, gentlemen.
Confetti poppers?
No, sir. Stop disrespecting these. These are Smith & Wessons. Instant laughs. You pull this, you tell your joke, punchline. Instant laugh.
I was like, whoa, he's going to shoot me, and he did.
You tell your joke, set up, punchline. You get one done, that's not you, though. That was you. That's your career taking off, baby. That's you.
That's a great metaphor.
That's you taking off.
That's really good.
Listen, works every time. Guaranteed last as soon as you pull it.
Wonderful. This is exciting. My son is a finance major, and when he told his mother and I that he wanted to give all that up for a career as an actor and comedian in Hollywood, oh, wow. You know, you can imagine my suspicion and my skepticism, but he's always been very talented. And when we heard that one of the biggest managers in the world was taking an interest, well, we had to come right out to see it.
You got to give me $200 today. This deal's not going to be here forever. Okay. You might get charged $10,000 walking out the park.
Hey, listen, here's the thing, though, Sharky. I don't have $200.
Son.
I don't have it on me.
Son, you've got to project an image of success. This is an investment. Let me do this for you. I tell you right now, you got to seize these opportunities.
Listen to your dad, man. I like your dad. You're making a wise decision.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming into our office.
Here you
I
go.
really, let me count that. I don't trust him.
No, I get it.
I admire your ecological care for this man.
Hey, so is there like any kind of contract or anything like that I need to sign just to make it official?
Son, don't
No,
ask
Dad,
so many
Tom
questions.
Cruise has one.
$9,800 down the
Of course
road.
he
They're giving you a
Let me
big
handle
discount.
this.
Yeah.
College, you know.
Hey, this is the same thing Will Smith signed. Sign this
piece
right
of
there,
paper?
buddy. Sign right here. Don't read the print. Don't worry about it.
Okay, is this normal for it to be like on a piece of paper?
Hey, a tree died for that young man.
This is what I'll say about struggle. It is not translated to the monetary equivalent of that struggle yet. But it's made me a much funnier comedian. I'm a way better actor because of it. And I believe that I can go toe-to-toe with the best people in my industry, whether this world ever recognizes it or not. So just know that if you struggle in something and you keep going, it's going to make you more competent in your field. Unless you're just totally delusional. Like, for instance, no matter how bad I want to be an NBA player, I can practice every day. I'm not going to be Kobe. That is not my genetic wiring. And I believe I'm one of the best guys in this industry, whether Hollywood in the world acknowledges it or not. So guys, if you liked this video, please leave a comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and share this thing. Thanks for watching.